To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. When one door closes, another one opens. Today, I want to let you know that there's a reason for this. Hello, hello, hello. Just in case you're wondering, you are listening to the Manifest on Purpose show, and I am your host, Kimbaley. A part of my purpose is to help you elevate your mind so that you can go beyond manifesting the things and manifest the life that attracts the things. And you do that by manifesting on purpose, being a conscious creator in your life. Thank you so much for taking so much interest in yourself that you stopped by to hear any information that may lead to your growth. Thank you for thinking of other people and caring enough about them to share this show with them and to invite them to be a part of this. And thank you so much for all of you who have subscribed here and on the website at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. The God in me loves the God in you. If you have any manifestation or mindset questions or show topic ideas, please let me know by reaching out to me at connect, CONNECT, at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. Today, we're going to be talking about doors, opening and closing. Have you ever felt as if a door was closed in your life? I'm going to get into that today, but not before we hear our Astro-Numerology forecast for today, courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. Today is Wednesday, May 15th. The sun is in Taurus, the moon is in Leo, moving into Virgo at 5:33 p.m. It's a 4 universal month, a 7 universal week, and a 1 universal day. This is the perfect day to do something totally new with your life, your appearance, your lifestyle, and just anything else you can imagine. It's the kind of groundbreaking day where whatever it is you have in mind is like planting a seed in rich organic soil. So plant well and watch how things grow. Leo, Aquarius, Aries, and those born on the 1st, 4th, 10th, 13th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, and 31st of any month are the ones in the best position today to do just that. Once again, that is our Astro-Numerology forecast, courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. You don't have to take my word for it. You can get your forecast every day. Go to a star 8, ASTAR, the number 8.com. You can also download it on Google Play or the App Store, or you can go to Linktree/numbers and you. Speaking on the topic of doors opening and closing, wouldn't it be nice to know already when to expect these things to happen in your life? That's what the Numerology Yearly Forecast does for you. It lets you know what cycle you're in for the year. It lets you know the ins and outs, the ebbs and flows in your life so that you can plan for your year accordingly. You can get your yearly forecast, your personal numerology report, your business numerology report, and your compatibility report at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. Now, let's get into the show. Believe me when I tell you, my second job was the worst job I've ever had in my life. Well, at least one of the worst. It was a factory job. In the small area I was in, there were many people that looked forward to graduating just to go work at this factory. I kid you not. Well, at least a lot of the graduates ended up working at that job. Here's the driving factors. While their pay rate was low, it was also one of the highest paying industry around. And number two, they would hire anybody. Many people aspire to and did retire from that job. However, from the first 2 days after my mom convinced me to give it a try, I knew I was not the one. Ugh, it was all wet in there, cold, and my most important concern. It was hard physical labor. Here's a little window into me. Hard physical labor has never been my thing. It's never been a part of my vocabulary. Now, I'm a hard worker and I do what's necessary to get the job done, but hard physical labor is not my preference. I prefer mental work. Give me my microphone, give me the computer, the telephone, even. Just don't tell me you want me to lift boxes and move things around because that's not happening. Now that I got that out the way, I was employed there for 2 years. Pay attention to what I just said. I was employed there for 2 years, but they only got about a year of work out of me. I found out that I was pregnant with my first child while I was there. Upon finding out, due to complications, the doctor said, I think you need to be on bed rest. To that, I asked, do I get a doctor's note for the job? He said, yep. I said, well, what are you waiting for? Sign me up right away. Lucky for me, I was on bed rest for the whole pregnancy. Of course, I pampered myself, but I knew that no pregnancy lasted forever. I need to come up with a plan so I wouldn't have to go back to that place to work again. I used that time to get a few courses under my belt and still, unfortunately, I had to go back to that job anyway. Then life happened again, causing me to miss more time from work. In the midst of what seemed to be chaos in my life, a golden opportunity emerged. A new business was being built that would employ over 200 people. The pay was better, and the part I loved about the job the most was that there was little to no physical labor required. Because this industry was new to me, I decided to apply, but cautiously. Besides, many people were applying for this job, and the selection process was kind of slow. It was a government job. Each person hired would receive a conditional offer of employment. So a person could be hired there and within a 6-month period, they could let you go. So even though it was a good job, I was still not ready to go all in with it. Yes, I hated the factory job, but I felt that maybe I should hold on to this one because at least it was more stable. It was the sure thing then. I decided to play it safe. See, being out of work at the time anyway, I was able to give this new job a try before quitting the old one. But what happened next was an eye opener for me. My boss at the job that I hated so much called me asking questions about my attendance and why I needed to be out. He was all up in my business. Well, that nosiness of his touched a nerve in my young, fiery self, and I told him what he could do with his job. Thinking back, I had some nerve. However, that altercation placed me all in at the new job with higher pay and, yes, less work. Have you ever felt that a door or window or opportunity was closed on you? Or maybe that door or window seemed to slam on you. Many people do and become discouraged or bitter as a result. But I say, nope, not on my watch. According to the Bible, Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. And I want to go on to note when I say heaven, I'm not speaking of a place that you can visit. I'm referring to a state of consciousness. You can be in heaven or hell right here on earth, and I know that you probably can agree with that. That's another story, though. What I gather from this passage is there is a purpose for everything that happens to us. I need you to follow me here as I complete this thought. You can't build a house on top of a house. Only one of three things can happen. One, you let go of the idea of the new house. Or number two, you refurbish the old house. And number three, if that house can't be refurbished, you must tear it down to make room for another house. Now, if you choose to remain in that refurbished house, don't get mad if there seems to be no growth there. Let me break this down to the mind. Here's where this concept gets deep. You are not designed to be a multitasker. And I know that there may be someone here saying, I'm good at multitasking. And I ask you, are you sure about that? Here's why. Your mind is designed for you to focus on one thing at a time. Sure, there's always many things going on in the mind, but you can only give your full attention to one thing at a time. I hope you remember this from when I said it on another episode. Your attention becomes an intention. Let's equate that to your mindset. Whatever you become most focused on becomes your intention. So if your focus is still on that old house we talked about, that's what you get. Life or the people in it, don't limit your life. It's only you that have that power. I say all of that to say a lot of people get stuck in these old patterns of living because they won't let go of the old stuff. A lot of people miss opportunities because when the door or window is closed, they are standing there still knocking on that door instead of focusing on the unlimited potential of doors that are opening all around them. It is our nature to grow. Sometimes the universe, source, mind, whatever you choose to call that source of creation, will come in to give us a gentle push, a gentle nudge in the right direction. Kind of like how your adult teeth came in and pushed out the baby teeth so that they can grow. You best believe, and you can take my word for it, when one door in your life closes, it's time for another one to open. Look around. Be careful you don't miss it. It may be already open. The most important thing for you to know is when that door closes, don't waste time knocking and hoping for that door to reopen. Move to the next door where new opportunities and growth are welcoming you in. As I teach here, manifestation is aligning with the goal. The goal is already there. Sometimes you will go through many doors to get to that goal. Some of those doors may not even seem that they relate to your goal, but there is no part of your journey that doesn't have purpose, and there is no part of your journey that is a mistake. I guess my former supervisor thought he was closing the door on me. If I could meet this guy today, I would probably give him a big old hug. I was too young to understand then that he was pushing me outside of my comfort zone. And he didn't know that the altercation only motivated me more to do what I already knew I had to do. I had to take my focus off the door that was closing in my life. That was the old job. I had to place my focus on the new door that was welcoming me in, the new job. I followed that open door and I was hired permanently and worked there for many years. Seriously speaking, does there ever seem to be a closing door or one that has already been closed in your life? What I would say to you is don't be discouraged. It's a part of the journey. Just know that when one door closes, other doors full of opportunity will emerge. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under the heaven. Ecclesiastic 3:1. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.